everyone. You know that access to information is one of the cornerstones of democracy. It's what keeps governments accountable and citizens informed. The United Nations even recognizes it as a fundamental part of freedom of expression. Think about it. When people have access to the right information, they can question policies, demand better governance, and actively participate in decision making. But when that access is restricted, then what happens? Well, that's when things get tricky. It opens the door to corruption, limits public scrutiny, and weakens democracy. After all, an informed society is the backbone of a progressive nation. So with this background in view, let's talk about the right to information movement in India. As we all are aware by now that India's journey towards transparency wasn't an overnight success. It took years of activism and struggle. One of the biggest influences in this entire process was the Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan, which was led by Aruna Roy. Back in 1987, they started pushing for people's right to know, that is, demanding transparency in governance and accountability from those in power. Their efforts finally paid off in 2005 when the Indian Parliament passed the Right to Information Act, popularly known as the RTI Act, which was, of course, a game changer in India's democratic evolution. So, what exactly is the RTI Act? Passed as Act 22 of 2005, it officially came into effect on October 12, 2005. It's a well-structured law with a clear mission, and mission includes empowering citizens, curbing corruption, and making the government more accountable. The preamble of this act is key. The preamble of this act lays down the spirit and intent behind it, much like the preamble of the Indian Constitution. But while the RTI promotes transparency, it also acknowledges the need for reasonable restrictions. Just like Article 19, Clause 2 of the Constitution, it allows certain limits, especially when it comes to national security, public order, and sovereignty. So let's talk about some key features of the RTI Act. Alright, let's break down some of the Act's main provisions. So the first feature is empowering citizens and ensuring transparency. We know that RTI Act is designed to make government operations more efficient and responsible, and that any citizen can request information from public authorities, ensuring openness in governance. So this is the most important feature, which empowers citizens and ensures transparency. Second important feature is reasonable restrictions. So what is it? While transparency is the goal, some information is off limits. Anything that could compromise national security, foreign relations, or public safety is protected under the Act. Third feature is a Central Information Commission. To ensure the smooth implementation of RTI, the government set up the Central Information Commission in 2005. If a citizen's request for information is denied, the CIC, that is the Central Information Commission, acts as an appellate authority. That means citizens can appeal to this authority in case their request for information is denied. The fourth important feature of this act is the role of the Chief Information Commissioner. The CIC, that is Chief Information Commissioner, is appointed by the President of India, and he or she serves office for 5 years. What is their job? Their job is to protect the public's right to information while ensuring national interests remain secure. Alright, so what is the impact of the RTI Act? Since its enactment, the RTI Act has revolutionized governance in India. In what ways? So let's take a look at it. It has empowered people to demand accountability from government officials. It has exposed corruption and inefficiencies in various departments. It has strengthened grassroots activism and participatory democracy. It has increased transparency in policy making and governance. At its core, the Right to Information Act 2005 is a major step toward a more accountable democracy. It's built on the idea that an informed citizenry is a powerful one. However, there are challenges in balancing transparency with national security. Sure, there are challenges in balancing transparency with national security, but the fundamental goal remains unchanged. And what is this fundamental goal? The goal is to empower every citizen and ensure democracy serves the people. So, as we move forward, it's crucial to protect and strengthen the RDI framework, ensuring that every Indian can exercise their right to information freely and without